Hey guys, what's up? So in the last video we learned that the Galaxy Note 20 Plus won't have the 100x space zoom feature, but according to recent leaks, the Note 20 Plus would still have the periscope lens. A report from Galaxy Club points that the phone will indeed have a periscope lens, but if you remember, Ice Universe said that the Note 20 Plus will no longer retain the 100x space zoom. So that could possibly mean that Samsung won't use the 100x marketing for the Note 20 Plus, or that we won't see the 100x zoom on the phone. The 100x zoom on the S20 Ultra isn't that useful anyway, but the phone can still capture photos at 10x or even 30x better than the competition, so that may mean the Galaxy Note 20 Plus would still have the zoom feature but may be limited to 30x or 50x. We also have the first look at the Note 20 courtesy of Picture and X-Leaks 7. The phone looks pretty much like an S20 Ultra and Note 10 Plus combined into one, with the front of the Note 10 Plus while borrowing the camera layout and the back design of the S20 Ultra, which is slightly curved on the back to have a better fit in the hand. The bezels along with the hole punch for the front-facing camera have both shrunk in size, which is good as this might be the last Samsung flagship to have a hole punch anyway before they move to the under-display camera solution on the S21. What's interesting is that in these renders, the S Pen is on the left side of the phone, while the power button and the volume rocker is on the right, completely opposite to the one on prior Note devices, and we can see a similar design in the Note 20 Plus renders by Onleaks, so that may mean Samsung is finally ready to move the S Pen on the left side of the device. But these are unofficial renders and should be taken as such. I still believe the phone would have the S Pen on the same spot as usual. Now the size of the display according to X-Leaks 7 is 6.7 inch on the smaller Note 20, which contradicts Ross's statement that the display would be a 6.42 inch. They also say that the phone has a slightly thicker body around the same thickness as the Note 9, which may be true given the battery capacity is the same as Note 9 at 4000 mAh. Also, the front has a somewhat flat design, too flat in my opinion. The S20 series already has fairly small curves to the side, so I would expect the Note series to have the same curves. And I do understand a lot of you prefer a flat design, but honestly I like to have slight curves on my phone, which I think helps in UI gestures like swiping. We can also see the camera module of the phone in these renders from Onleaks for the Note 20 Plus, which is slightly different from the one on the S20 series with a silver ring around the lenses, which are of the same size. Apart from that, the actual camera layout seems to be the same as on the Ultra, with an ultra-wide camera, a 108 megapixel main camera and a telephoto camera along with a depth sensor. These are housed in a similar rectangular camera housing as the S20 series. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I guess we'll have to wait till the launch to find out. The source also expects the size of the display to be at 6.9 inches, which is the same as the S20 Ultra, but again previous leaks have indicated otherwise. Also, the phone is said to be 7.6 mm thick without the camera modules and 10.7 mm including the camera module, which makes it a good 1.2 mm thinner than the S20 Ultra. Anyway, this does give us an early insight as to how the phone would look, and looks pretty good in my opinion. We also know that the phone would be launched online this time around, the first Samsung flagship along with the Fold 2, so that should make it interesting. Moving on, we also have the Realme X3 SuperZoom launching on the 26th of May. The highlight of the phone is the 60x space zoom feature, which according to Realme would help capture images like these. Yeah, we'll see. The phone has a 64 megapixel main camera, which going by Realme's track record is probably the Samsung GW1 sensor, which has been used in almost every phone from them this year, from budget phones like the Realme 6 to flagships like the X50 Pro. It seems like Realme got a bunch of sensors from Samsung at a bargain and decided to use it in almost every phone they launch. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad sensor, but there are better sensors out there. It has been coupled with an f1.8 aperture lens. The zoom camera is an 8 megapixel unit, which again I don't understand why they keep doing this. Using an 8 megapixel sensor for telephoto, that too on a phone which is marketed as super zoom, is out of my mind. Anyway, this 8 megapixel sensor is paired with a 5x optical zoom or periscope zoom lens. There are two more sensors on the phone, an 8 megapixel ultra wide and a 2 megapixel macro. The front has two cameras in a pill-shaped cutout, a 32 megapixel Sony IMX616 and an 8 megapixel depth sensor. Talking about the front, we've also got a 6.57 inch 120Hz IPS LCD panel, which should be of good quality. I would have loved to see an AMOLED screen, but the price would go up, so an LCD with 120Hz refresh rate should be fine. I would like to know your opinion as to what do you prefer, a 60Hz AMOLED panel or a 120Hz IPS LCD? Do let me know in the poll. The phone will be powered by last year's best SoC, the Snapdragon 855 Plus, which should be better than many mid-range chips, the MediaTek Dimensity 820, Snapdragon Zen 65G and so on, sans 5G. The infrastructure to support 5G is still not there, so why bother? On the battery side, a 4200 mAh battery with super quick 65W super dart charge should be a part of the package. That's it for this video. What do you think about this? Do let me know down in the comments. Smash the like button if you liked it and consider subscribing to the channel for more tech videos. I'll see you all in the next one. Till then, bye bye and stay safe.